Well, hey, we're here at Gunners Firearms again with Maggie. Maggie, it's always so good to see you.
Hi, Mark. It's great to see you too. Welcome back to Gunners.
Absolutely. I love it here. And I'm so excited today because I have a gun to take home today, but we're not going to talk about that yet. But
You don't want to talk about Adoption Day?
Well, I want to ask you this question, and I'm sure this is going to fall into this category anyway. But what are the best and worst things about working at a gun store? Because you've been it's been a long time since you've been working at a gun store.
10 years.
Yeah, so I'm sure over the last 10 years, and we've made videos on, like crazy things that happen or blah, blah, blah. So, but really just more about what do you like about it? Like what's the best and worst things about working at a gun store?
That's an easy question. Hands down, the customers.
Yeah.
The customers are the best thing about working at a gun store. The customers, I love you guys, but sometimes you're the absolute worst thing about working at a gun store too. I think the worst thing is probably the non-paying customers, the thieves.
Yes.
So criminals are attracted to firearms the same way the ants come to your picnic. Mm-hmm. They show up, they're not invited, and they're gonna take your stuff. That's the worst.
Now, let me ask that, because that is the worst. I've never ran a gun store, but I was the head of school of a private school, and there's a lot of people that will receive goods and services and not pay for it. But how's that? Don't they have to pay for it before they receive it though? How does that work?
If you're doing it the legal way, yes. Before you walk out the door with a firearm, there is either money that has changed hands and the dealer is actually selling you a firearm. You are paying for it with your own money, or you're trading with firearms you already have in your collection and using those as collateral, because you don't love those babies as much as you love this new latest and greatest end all be all. So I don't mind.
So people, now I guess I'm confused. How would they get out the door with product? Because your doors are buzzed.
I know, but the same way they did it to Blue Steel and the same way they did it to Gunners before we had all the security measures. They break in and they steal them.
Oh, okay.
The same way they get them illegally from anybody else. They break into your vehicles that have the "Don't Tread on Me" stickers,
yes.
The Buckmark sticker.
Oh my gosh, I've done so many videos on that. Yeah.
The NRA sticker.
Yeah. Now, has this store been around? I mean, I guess it has. Okay.
Not recently. Let's knock on anything and everything that is wood. Please, let's not let that happen again. But on a long enough timeline, it's not if it happens, it's just going to be when it happens. And what preventative measures that you have put in place to reduce the damages that will happen after. So
wow, yeah, that's too bad.
It sucks.
That is very unfortunate.
The non-paying customers, the people that don't buy their firearms legally, those are the worst.
So the people that come in and steal your guns, those are the worst.
They are!
They are the worst.
And I know your comments are going to light up because somebody's like, let's lump the government in. I shouldn't say that.
That's all right.
That's not nice to say, but I've heard it from...
It's the ATF. They're stealing the guns.
I hear the guys on this side of the
yeah.
counter and the ladies too. They come in, lovely folks, and they got a bone to pick. Good for them. All right.
That is interesting because I've spent a lot of time in gun stores, not just this one, but Blue Steel when you were there, and I've been to every gun store in the Kansas City area many times.
Yeah.
And I'd say about 8 times out of 10, somebody's complaining about something about the government in the gun store. Somebody is.
Why did they make me wait on my purchases? I just bought a gun the other day and they let me go right on through. So, yeah.
Well, not even that, even people that are not having problems. They're just, it is because I think, and I believe too, and this is more to really, even the channel itself, is you have this community and we're all like-minded.
Yeah.
So when other people are coming against the things that we all like and love, that we value, then we all have this common complaint,
Yes.
So I do get it. That's what, because you don't ever go into a gun store and somebody's complaining about, how they need more gun laws or how there's ammo should be more expensive, or anything like that. We're all on the same page. So I think they feel safe to let it go in a gun store.
And that's exactly it. It is. It's a safe space.
It's a safe space. Even gun people need a safe space.
As strange as this sounds, surrounded by firearms, this is a really safe space.
Now, for the record, I'm just going to say this because I think a lot of people are like, hey, wait a second here. Somebody says, well, I'm upset about this thing, and everybody collectively is like, me too. And that's why I think they talk about it here.
Oh, it is so nice and refreshing. It does become an echo chamber of hearing the same sound bites again and again and again. Mm-hmm. Kind of like when you turn on a news station and all you're hearing is the same thing on repeat. So it's really nice to have other perspectives, and you do get that. I love the customers dearly, but every gun store has customers that walk in and either the people behind the counter are uncomfortable or the people next to the customer at the counter are uncomfortable because of the way they look, the way they behave, the way they dress, or whatever. And guns don't care about any of that. So it's kind of nice to have different perspectives from time to time come in and share with us on this side of the counter and expose all of you to some interesting conversations or some interesting individuals that you may not come into close contact with at any other time. So be open-minded about everyone that buys guns. Know that it's not just one specific group of people, and have a little grace for those people that don't know about guns, that are getting into it for the first time, that may have been excluded because their family or their religion doesn't believe in firearms, whatever the case may be. But this is an industry that's open to everyone, every single person. So just, being nice human beings, exercising the grace that you can and the patience. Best customers are the most patient ones. I have so many deep, heartfelt, sincere thanks and good wishes for the patient ones. The guys that are waiting on their NFA products to get back months at a time, years. Sometimes it's as fast as weeks, but most often it's not. And those guys that have the patience to wait for it, you're gems, absolute gems of human beings. Folks that wait through NICS delays for long amounts of time and come in on one day to do their adoption papers for a firearm, don't get to leave with it and have to come back to pick it up, and that understand that that's a store policy or a company policy, and we are still following federal law, but trying to do it in a way that's gonna CYA, cover your arsenal.
Cover your arsenal.
So on both sides of the counter, you just kind of gotta CYA on both sides, and as long as the customers are patient enough and they'll get their firearms, it's just you gotta wait. So the people that are being held up by NICS on their background checks, thanks for your patience. Thanks for the people who wait for years for the limited editions. Those are the greatest customers ever. Yeah, I saw one that I could have bought on Gunbroker, but it was way higher than what they technically should be for. I'll wait in line for I don't know how many months or how many years. We had one customer that adopted a firearm, I think end of January or very early February this year. He had been waiting over 3 years for that special edition firearm. And we finally got one from the manufacturer that wasn't like secondhand market on Gunbroker or something like that. So he wasn't paying over the MSRP on it, but he had to wait 3 years for that.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And at any time he could have gone online and paid more money for one to be transferred to the store, but we appreciate that kind of patience. That's rare these days, and
It is rare, unfortunately.
you kids that have that patience to wait, bless you. Holy mackerel, bless you. You're amazing. So I love the patience that people have, and can't say enough good things for that. So.
Well, and I found, and I've said this often, we've even talked about this, I've said this in 100 videos, and I saw this right away when I started doing this channel, and I would go to the conventions like the NRA or SHOT Show, and I was humbled quickly by how kind everybody was, like, especially because I remember the very first time I walked into a convention, and the first booth I saw was Sig Sauer, and I had like 400 subscribers at this point. And I walked up to the Sig Sauer booth and I introduced myself and asked if they'd be willing to, do a video. And they're like, absolutely. And they started breaking out all these guns. And in my head, I'm like, I can't believe this is actually happening, But I had the same experience everywhere I went. And even when you just chat with people, the gun community, I believe, is one of the nicest communities there is out there. And I'm not really sure why that is, but it is a thing. It is a thing.
It's been postulated that an armed society is a polite society.
Makes sense to
that's
me.
it.
It makes sense to me.
I know I own firearms. I know that there are a wide variety of other people out there that own firearms, and I'm not looking to tick anybody off on any given day. And thanks to everybody that's got the longer fuses and is kind and polite about it. But you're right. Yeah. The gun community, and we can talk about this over and over again because it's still true today as it was yesterday and the decades before. Gun people are so nice.
Absolutely. And I think most gun people even see themselves as protectors, as, that sort of thing. So I think they almost have this level of desire for care for the community that others might not
kind
have,
of a guardian. It's like you're trying to be an ambassador of and a guardian of the good side of the whole firearms industry. Yeah, you want to show everything in its best possible light. You get you get one or two bad apples out there that ruin everything for everybody else. You see it on the news. It's not the millions of people that own firearms, the billions of people that own firearms have all turned against the government and are now, no, it's just this one person was an idiot, got into a fight with another idiot, and
typically the people that cause the problems for everybody else are very irresponsible gun owners as well. Typically.
They're usually the ones that don't purchase their firearms legally, too.
Right.
They have no consideration.
They didn't walk into a store and pass a NICS background check.
No, they did not. Most of the time, no. They walked up to a vehicle that had gun stickers on it and said, yep, I'll check this one. I'll check the one there that's got some stickers on it. I'll check that one over there. I'm guaranteed to hit one eventually, and that's what they'll take. And so that sucks.
Well, what else you got as far as the best and the worst things about working at a gun store? I do understand the human piece is big.
It's the customers can just make or break your day in the best and worst possible ways. We have customers that manage to brighten our day. We have a customer that comes in and brings us coffee. That's
cool.
Yes.
That's
so
nice.
We no longer this is kind of carries over into another question, but we have a customer that comes in and likes to sit around and drink coffee. Well, we don't have a coffee machine at the shop, so he brings us coffee.
Now, by the way, we're actually going to do a video about that here in a little bit, so we'll put the link here.
Hang tight. That'll be coming up.
We'll talk about that, yeah.
So yeah, he
Yeah.
wants to sit around, have a conversation, and he is such a regular. Actually, a few of these guys that do this, because there's more than one of you, and there's multiple guys that do it at other stores too. I know there are, because this can't be an isolated event here. And they just come in and they'll bring snacks or drinks or something to share with our side of the counter, and then they'll post up a little seat there at the counter and sit there and finish their coffee and their snacks and chit chat about the day and whatever else they got going on in life. And then it's until next time. We'll see you. We'll see you on the next coffee day. Sometimes they don't even buy anything from us. We don't have anything to sell them. Sometimes they're just coming in to check up on, hey, how's that special order coming? How many more years am I on the way? How far away are we? So,
well, this is a good place to hang out. I've always, everybody that watches these videos, they know the type of person you are. And Brian's I've always thought of him as being just a very kind and kind of a gentle spirit to him. He's really, really just a pleasant guy to chat with.
He really is. Someone that he is related to did postulate that he had a pretty good mean mug going on. Like when he is in his serious business mode and he's like, I gotta get this done. He's trying not to make any errors on paperwork or everything. He's just got this like super serious look on his face. If he was a girl, it would be called RBF. If you know what that is. I don't know what the term for a guy is, but it's just like this serious face. So it's nothing to do with you guys. It's just the guys on this side of the counter, when they get that look, that's concentration.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, and he's also a no-nonsense person.
Oh,
as
he
well.
is, yeah. He doesn't deal with
bullshit. And I'm
bullshit.
sure that's the no-nonsense look on his face. Well, Maggie, best or worst? Anything else? It sounds like it's really about the people, which I get.
It is 110% about the people. Mm-hmm. If it wasn't for the people, we wouldn't be here. So for that, we are incredibly grateful and thankful. And you guys just make our day better. You come in with stories, smiles, laughter, great conversations, and I like that you come in to share that with us and we get to share that with you. So keep it up, keep being awesome all the way around. Just be patient. I think that's pretty much it.
Is the best part, because I didn't know I had a gun waiting for me. So when you told me I had a gun waiting for me, I didn't, but it kind of felt like I leapt up and kicked my heels together. Like I was so happy. Is that the best part, when somebody comes in, they're like, yay, it's here.
Those are my favorite phone calls to make. So throughout the day, multiple package handlers will drop off shipments and orders coming in. Stuff that we've ordered, stuff that our customers have ordered across the country for them to pick up locally. And when we unpack, log everything in, we get to give you that phone call. And let me tell you, those phone calls, being able to tell you that your sweet little baby has arrived and is ready for pickup, that's so awesome.
Awesome.
That's a good day. Yeah. And I love to hear the smile in other people's voices. It carries across the phone.
Because I did. I'm sure you could tell. I was excited.
Oh, goody. Yeah.
It's going to be a good day.
It's adoption day.
Yeah,
heck yes.
Right. Well, Maggie, gosh, thank you so much. Thanks for sharing all this. And,
you're so welcome.
And again, hopefully everybody just, when you go into your local gun store, just definitely take some time, be kind, be polite, share your good stories. And bring treats if you can.
Hey, I like to share snacks too. So from time to time, we'll have snacks out to share with everybody else. So hasn't happened in a while, but yeah, it happens from time to time. So.
Well, Maggie, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to talk to you.
You are so welcome, Mark. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.